Opening quarter, Eltham lead at 23-21. Amazing.
Tremendous exhibition there by the referees.
Well,
let's just hope that as the game settles down, so do they. We don't want to see a game marred by free throws, which of what we saw. How many in that quarter?
Saw 19 fouls and 24 free throws, Paul.
So if you're just tuning in, which we believe all of you just are because of some technical difficulties here.
Well, we've been commentating for a while now. Have a listen to this. Quarter time. So Trev Latham has 2 fouls. Nath Truman has 2 fouls. Sean Clark has 2. Jacob Gibson has 2. For Eltham, Jordan Canavan has 3. To repeat, 19 fouls called in the first quarter. Eltham lead by 2. They led by as much as 12. Some of the key scorers, Waldron and Sykes, dominating as Sykes has it taken out of his hand. There's a whistle though, and it's going on Matt Snow. For Eltham in that first quarter, Waldron with 10, Sykes with 8 points and 6 rebounds. So they're 2 key players getting amongst it early. Bonham into Ava. Ava launches 3. It's going to come up short. Sutton with the rebound. Here's Osborne to Stone. Hit a couple of late baskets in the first. Forces his way in and is fouled. He'll go to the line for a couple. Leading scorers, Paul, for the Hawks in the first quarter. Matt Snow has 8. Scotty Stone has 5. Stone to the line now for a couple. Misses the first. Terrific start by the Wildcats. They beat the Hawks here earlier on this season. Stone hits the second. So a 1-point margin now. Visitors lead, must win tonight. Game 3 tomorrow if required. Hawks won the opening game by 28. Bonham doesn't even look at the basket, off the ball. Foul is on Fennell. Contact with Chris Cameron, and that is Matt Fennell's second. So Clark, who we've barely seen in this game. How many minutes did Clark play in the first? What did he play?
2 minutes 21.
Not many. Cameron for 3. Looks off, is off. Sykes, rebound number 7, back into him. Has Snow on him, forces his way in and kisses it off the glass for 2. Big Sykesy has 10 in the game, nearly a double-double already.
Matt Snow trying to pick him up. There's just going to be too much size there.
Foul is on Lee. So we've now had 23 fouls called in the game. 23. Latham back out. Waldron back out. Changes for both teams. Just don't know what to make of it at the moment. I mean, you have to adapt. But, gee, there's going to be some players in some heavy foul trouble come the third quarter the way we're going. Snow in for Stone, was it? Yes, it was.
Stone for 2.
And that's a set play. Great steal. Osborne, open basket, puts it away, and they lead. The Hawks lead by 1. Back-to-back baskets. 26-25.
Ringwood, despite a lot of early foul trouble, find themselves with a 1-point advantage.
Well, that baseline play that led to the Stone basket, they've been using that all season to great effect. And now the Wildcats called to do something. Sykes!
Great alley-oop with the shot clock winding down.
Well, it was set up, wasn't it? And they've turned it over. So back the other way, Waldron has Cameron one side, out to him for 3. No looks. Sykes inside Bonham. Well, Sykes is about 1.5 foot taller than Bonham, and I reckon that pass was more up than down. Wildcats by 1.
Doing his tragic Bronson impression.
Justin Nelson and Paul Langford with you. Game 2 grand final series. Osborne, deep, has a look. Rims out. Another foul. And not much argument on that occasion.
Christian Williams checking in for his first minutes. Illy Bonham to the bench.
Didn't see a lot of Bonham. So, real stalemate right now. Big few minutes coming up in this grand final series. Here's Chris Cameron. Experience. Latham, 2 fouls. Cameron.
Great defense there by Latham.
Can't roll it in. And Osborne's been picked up for the foul off the rebound.
Not sure how you get a foul out of that. I think they were both doing the same thing there.
We have had 25 fouls in the opening 12 minutes and 20 seconds. That's 2 fouls a minute. 2 fouls a minute.
I reckon they just missed one on Justin Aver on the moving back pick too.
Cameron for 3. Yes! Wildcats up by 4. Chris Cameron finds his stroke. And now the Hawks have to respond. Here's Stone. Ball on the floor. Out. Snow had 8 points in the first quarter. And another foul called. Hands on against Chris Williams. 4-point margin.
So that's the 26th foul call for the game. The referees are now tied with Ringwood for 26.
It's Stone, and he makes 2. I'll tell you what, there's probably a foul on that shot too. After 26 fouls, maybe the whistle's gone away. Gee, Stone's hit some good baskets, hasn't he?
He's been impressive early on in what's been a pretty average start to the game. I mean, it's been well contested. Just like to see him little play a bit more.
Gibson sitting with a couple.
They're going to go with this matchup with Sykes and Snowball.
And he's in. And he's had a great start to the game, Paul.
Yeah, being very aggressive going to the rim. He's already on 14 points.
So Sykes, I think he's about 14 and 8 at the moment. Here's Snow. Another foul, and it's on Latham for a moving screen. So that's his third. That's his third. And we've had 27 fouls called in less than 14 minutes. I don't think I've seen a game like it this season.
When we played Ringwood, I think the refereeing was fairly similar, but
27
you still don't want to see
less than 14 minutes? Are you kidding? Well, they've got to adapt at some stage. They just have to adapt to the whistle. Here's Ava. Finds a way through, off to Bradbury.
Pick up another foul there.
Well, based on the contact we've seen so far, I think you're spot on. Eltham by 6. Now, I reckon it's time that we say a very good evening to all the Wildcats fans out at Eltham High School. Another foul. I think there's a bit of a crowd over there from what I hear at Eltham High School. I think they were. I think they've got a giant inflatable screen there. I think they've been throwing cans at it in the first quarter because, from what I'm led to believe, you and I were calling the game, but may have been a little bit of transmission trouble.
I heard they were throwing cans at the screen at Luke Solomon's house as well.
Well, wherever you're watching, it is up and going, and we hope you're enjoying it. It's a 6-point lead to the Wildcats. Here's Snow. Had 8 points in the first quarter. Sutton. Back out. Long bomb for 3. Michael Schulte into the game and making his presence felt. Bradbury inside, puts it in.
Great finish by Bradbury. He had a 4th first game in the series. Good to see him get a couple of baskets in a row. Hopefully he can be a factor here tonight.
So, Ringwood going deep on the bench at the moment with lots of foul trouble early in this game. Here's Stone. He's hit some big shots so far. Can't put that away. Big Bradbury takes it off the eye. And Ava back the other way. Nice move. Hesitation. Bradbury there again. And it may be a foul on Salt. So 2 shots coming up. Both teams in the bonus again. I've actually put enough count.
Well, once the foul count exceeds your IQ, Justin, you're in all sorts, aren't you?
They went past my IQ about 3 minutes into the first quarter, I think. Long time ago. Bradbury, he's had a bit of a purple patch the last couple of minutes, hasn't he?
Yeah, work rate much improved on game 1.
This is the first. If you're just joining us, 19 fouls and 24 free throws in the first quarter. hits the second. I reckon we might see a few more free throws over the next 5 minutes the way we're going. Eltham by 6. Must
Both
win
teams are in
tonight.
the bonus, so every chance.
Osborne searching,
There's
and there's another foul.
And one. Great play by Osborne.
Oh.
You know, if there's a silver lining with all these fouls called, it's great to see Stephen Osborne getting into the game. He's a bona fide scorer, plays his role on a championship caliber team every year. He would start in a lot of teams in this league. It's great to see him get out there and score a few early on.
He was a wonderful player for Melbourne Uni for many years. Hits the bonus, makes the 3-point play. Wildcats by 3.
2-3 zone here. Interesting, they've got Scotty Stone at the top of the zone and Matt Snowball down the back.
Hands on Osborne, and I reckon that's his third. It's got to be his third at least. We're going to see more free throws. Ringwood ringing the changes. It's his third. So the Hawks go deeper again with Matt Roberts coming into the game. I reckon we've had 30 fouls called in this game. I reckon it's 30. We're up there. Matt Snow just having a chat to us from the sidelines. You can see him just in the foreground there. I reckon that was the 30th.
You know, I didn't want to talk back to him then because last time someone in the crowd talked back to him and fired up, he had back-to-back shots. So I'm just going to sit here.
Oh, I don't know if we can fire him up. Waldron hits a couple. They're up by 4.
Young Matt Roberts into the game here.
Yep. Snow. Oh, and an offensive foul. Well, we certainly didn't fire him up. Just dropped the arm in there, didn't he? Referee right there.
Look, a little bit of contact, but just let him play. Jacob Gibson into the game after a long spell with foul trouble.
Now, I know our screen is showing 37-33. It's actually 38-34. Same margin. That'll get updated very, very soon. Still 4.5 minutes to go in this first half. There's Ava from the corner. Yes!
Deep 2 for Ava.
They're up and about.
Nice little turnout play for Ava coming off those baseline screens against the Ringwood zone.
They're up by 6, making a game of it. Gibson. Well, there was a foul there. Steps around. Can't put it in. Sutton after it.
Gibson very good on that step-through move.
And Sykes as well. And
someone's just got a technical.
We've got a flop. Flop warning on Ava, was it? Did he say Ava, the referee? Adrian Petrie right there. Was it Ava? I think it may have been. So I actually didn't see that, to be honest. I saw Sykes and Sutton getting after the ball, but obviously away from that. And it's going to be a Ringwood ball off that jump call. So Ringwood under their basket. Now look for them in the corner here. Short corner. They're very, very good with this play. Change up. Out to Stone. Stone, long 3. Off the glass. Well done, Salty. So Salty's hit a couple of big baskets in this second term. They've gone deep on the bench, Ringwood, with big foul trouble. Ava, oh, he had Bradbury inside. There he is now, the big fella. Out to Sykes. Sykes trying to get to the basket round the back. No, Roberts with the steal. Young Matt Roberts. Off to Stone. Nice play, Ringwood.
Position there by Ringwood.
Gibson for 2. Terrific. It's a 2-point ball game.
It's great to see him back in the game. And for Ringwood to have the foul trouble they've had early on, it's great to see them still within striking distance.
40 plays 38. 2-point ball game. Waldron. Stone. Geez, he's been important this quarter, Scott Stone.
Been great to see his aggression early.
Salty. Foul.
That's intentional.
And it's called. It's called.
That's just a stupid foul by Simon Bradbury then.
Stone wants to get the crowd going. Trev Lee's going to call a timeout here. So we're going to get a break in play. 3:24 left in the first half. 3:24 left. When we come back, Ringwood shots and possession. So there's a fair bit going on. Sykes actually having words with Coach Ken Harrington. So not sure what that's about. Now, referee right in front of us, Adrian Petrie, has gone up to Josh Sykes and said, mate, we're not going to have any more of that, otherwise you're out of here. So clearly Sykes has said something.
Look, the unfortunate part about this timeout for Trevor is he's called it trying to settle his team down.
And he's not getting used to it.
He's not going to be able to use it because of the referee interference here.
So Ringwood lead by 2, 40-38. Trev Lee now having some words with Josh Sykes and just settling him down. Now, we saw Sykes last week in the second half, just some clumsy fouls, just lost his way a little bit. He's only 22. Do you just sit him here? Do you put him back out there? Do you sit him down and just take a breath?
I think the way he's been playing, you've got to leave him out there. But look, flip of a coin with those kind of decisions. Sometimes you pull them off and it make you look like a hero. But just looking at Sykes' body language now, he's completely disengaged, which is really disappointing because he's been off to a great start. He's
had a terrific start. And look, with just over 3 minutes to go in this first half, it's crunch time. Right now, it is crunch time. So, such an important phase in this game. Ringwood's going to get a couple in possession here out of the timeout. It's fair to say that Josh Sykes is absolutely on notice as Stone hits the first.
And the referees just waved that off.
It was definitely an unsportsmanlike foul that was called. We saw that before the break, before the timeout.
She's got to count this basket.
You've got to count the basket. Have to. So Stone should be back to the line for one here. The first one should definitely count. You can't retake that. And a technical foul now. So who's the technical on? Technical foul is on... Who's the foul on?
It's on the Ringwood bench.
Well, Stone got one shot. Does the point count? It does. Technical foul's gone on the Ringwood bench. Is that right? There was no number signalled. And now the Wildcats will go to the line.
These referees.
Got to tell you, there's a bit of confusion at the moment. Believe it or not, there's still 3:24 left to go in this first half. We haven't moved. I'm not sure what's going on. Coach Ken Harrington just speaking with...
I think Ken's trying to plead his case that there was an unsportsmanlike foul, and now they haven't honoured it as unsportsmanlike. So
I'm unsure as to what's going on here, but all I know is Eltham's now going to get a shot and possession. When we came back from the timeout, the Hawks were getting shots and possession. Didn't get a chance to take another one. Ava misses the shot. Now, the scoreboard's gone back to 40-38, so maybe that shot didn't count from Scott Stone. I'm sure it was an unsportsmanlike call by referee Petrie before that timeout.
I think what's happened is they've put the wrong shooter to the free throw line, so instead of being where it's a technical, you can pick your shooter. They've sent Scotty Stone instead of Michael Salty to the free throw line and got a technical foul.
And that's drawn the tech. Roberts misses off Gibson. I think you're right. I think Stone stepped out and hit the first. Eltham's complained that it was the wrong shooter at the line. Ringwood's been teched for it. Eltham missed the subsequent shot. Wow, what an amazing first half. Still 3 minutes to go, believe it or not. And the correct score is 40-38. Here's Cameron. Salty on him. Cameron off the glass. Just a little bit too hard. Have a look at the players on the court for the Hawks. Here's Roberts finding a way through and scoring. Crowd loves it.
Great little hesitation from Matt Roberts. Only saw a bit of garbage time in game one, so it's great to see him get out there and contribute. And
Roberts, Salty and Sutton all out there for the Hawks. Cameron off the glass. They're too big. He misses those. Sykes out. Canavan. Yes.
Big three by Jordan Canavan. And I think Sam Whelan was checking in, and he's just checked himself straight back on the bench and said, I'm not taking him out.
Well, you know who he was coming in for, clearly. Here's Stone. Roberts for three. Can't hit it. Ava. Wildcats up by 3. Back. Cameron, long way out. Steps around, is fouled. 2 hands on. and a technical. So the first foul is on Stone. The second foul is on Stone. And I'm not sure how many that's going to give him, but gee, we're seeing... In fact, they were his first 2 fouls. Maybe Scotty Stone knew that. He's now coming out of the game. Truman in. This game's had everything. Not even halfway through.
Well, I think you and I are going to be ratepayers of the Maroondah City Council by the time this game's finished, because we will have been here for that long. There's
a campfire and caravan at each charity stripe at the moment. We've spent that much time there. We've got a time out to take our breath. Believe it or not, there's still 2 minutes left to go in this first half. Eltham lead at 43-40.
I only parked in a 4-hour zone. I don't know if I'm going to come out with tickets on my car.
No, you're busted. A very good evening, Rev. You may be watching right round the world. It has been an amazing first half in Game 2 of this Grand Final series. I know there's a lot of spectators out at Eltham tonight. We do apologise for the early interruptions. I hope you're enjoying it at the moment. Well, you would be enjoying it. You're up by 3. You've got to win tonight, and they look a lot better than last week.
Can I just say, Justin, I'm not a technical expert when it comes to computers, but when Adobe keeps on telling you to download the latest update of Adobe Premiere or whatever it is, Adobe Reader, just do it.
What are you trying to tell me? Anyway, the crew's working hard tonight. They've certainly earned their bit. They've been going flat out. We've got a crew of about 4 or 5 behind us. They haven't stopped. They've been running harder than the players tonight.
They've been running tech support. I don't know where they've been getting their support from. I just changed over to Telstra recently, and they haven't given me much support. Maybe they'll call on them.
3-point lead to the Wildcats. 2 minutes to go in the first half. We'll bring you up to date with the stats at halftime. You wait until we go through the stats. It is going to be interesting reading. Over 30 fouls called in the first half. Over 30 trips to the foul line. How many tech fouls we had in the game so far? Couple.
Been a couple.
Cameron makes one, misses one.
Jordan Canavan, 90% free throw shooter to the line.
This is for the technical foul. Usually reliable. No. Why is it that every time you pump up a player who's great from the foul line, that happens?
I don't know. I wish someone would downplay my shooting, so hopefully one day I'd step up and make a shot.
I blame you. Canavan works the screen. Ava launches. It's good. Yes. We were right behind that, and it looked very, very good out of the hand. 7-point lead. So the Wildcats taking it to the Hawks. A lot of stars for the green team sitting on the sidelines at the moment. Here's one star, Gibson. Can't give him that much space, comes up short. Just hasn't found his range tonight. Back the other way, Waldron launches early. Yes!
Tough pull up.
Back-to-back threes for the Wildcats. They're up by 10. Minute to go in the first half. Roberts. Sutton hands it off. Salty. No. Cameron to Ava. Inside the last 60 seconds of this first half. Wildcats by 10. Imagine the noise at Eltham High School at the moment. Waldron. Was he held up there? No. Out. Ava. No. Sykes. Thought he was going to launch then. Into the post. Sykes. Ava finds a way through. Kissed off the glass by Canavan. They're out by 12. Equal highest margin of this contest tonight.
Great to see Canavan having a great start to the game. He had a poor game one. Great player. Good to see him back in form.
They've been out by 12 before. They're out by 12 again. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Shot clock at 6. Gibson for 3 makes it. That's what he does. Long two. That's what he does. Ava will get to the basket. He does! And puts it in on the buzzer. 12-point margin restored. The Hawks have some things to talk about at the half, and this grand final series is absolutely alive. Absolutely alive. The Eltham crowd is up and going here tonight at the Rings. They lead by 12 as they head off for the halftime break. And I've got to tell you, for all the drama we've seen, we're going to go through the stats in a moment. I just cannot remember a more action-packed, confusing, up and down first half of basketball this season. Paul Langford, help me out. Quite amazing.
Look, I think I'm as rattled as you are, Justin. We've had technical difficulties. The referees have been without their difficulties. You look at the stats bench running around net right now. Ringwood, I think, are very flustered with what's taken place. Full credit to Eltham to block out a lot of what's happened, but they have been the recipient of a lot more trips to the free throw line and now hold a 12-point lead. We're
going to get the official stats in a moment. Just look at the crowd. Just have a look in our on our monitor. Look at the crowd. I just think everyone's, I don't know, just a little bit dumbfounded by the first half. It's ebbed and flowed. You've got to be impressed, though, by the Wildcats, Paul. Went down by 28 last week, 28.
I love how they've come out with an aggressive mindset there. It's been excellent.
Tail of the tape. Let's have a look at this. So the Wildcats lead by 12. 55 to 43 is the actual score. 55 to 43 is the actual score. That's what we're being told on the stats. Although, having said that, on the scoreboard here, it does say 54 to 43. So I'm sure that we're going to see something changed at halftime. Let's just keep an eye on that. For mine, it was a 12-point lead. Let's have a look at some of the leading scorers. Take us through it, Paul.
So leading scorers so far, you've got Scotty Stone on 10 points, Stefan Osborne with 8 points, and Matt Snow also with 8 points.
Had all those 8 in the first quarter, by the way.
And then for Eltham, you've got a bit of a mixed bag here, but Josh Sykes with 14 points so far and 9 rebounds. Ben Waldron also out to 14 points. Justin Hager with 8 points. And Jordan Canavan with 5 points along with Chris Cameron.
So here's the big one from the first half, because this has been the talking point. We have had 36 fouls called in the first half. Have I read that right?
You have, Justin. So
36 fouls.
Ringwood with 22 fouls here. And Eltham with 14. So if you're in the Ringwood area and you drop past the Ring Stadium, you might be a chance of being able to put a jersey on.
36 fouls. Free throws, Ringwood are 7 of 11 from the line, 7 of 11. The Wildcats are 14 of 24. When you consider Eltham 14 of 24 from the line, geez, they could have punished them a bit more. Could have punished them a bit more. 12 points, 12-point margin at half-time, but they're 14 of 24 from the line.
58% from the free throw line. But the one bright spark out of that is Josh Sykes, who's normally a 48% free throw shooter, shoots 6 of 8 from the free throw line. So it's only been other guys in the team that have sort of brought that margin down.
Let's give you the rundown on fouls. For Ringwood, Stefan Osborne has 3. Matt Snow has 3. Trevor Latham has 3. Scotty Stone with 2. Matt Fennell with 2. Matt Fennell's only played just over 9 minutes in the game so far. Nathan Truman with 2. Sean Clark has played 2 minutes 21 in the game. He has 2 fouls. Jacob Gibson, who's only played 9 minutes 49, he has 2. For Eltham, their fouls at halftime, Jordan Canavan has 3 fouls in 10 minutes. Ben Waldron has 2. Simon Bradbury has 2. Christian Williams has 2. And Mitch Lee has 2. 36 fouls called in the first half, including 2 technical fouls. And it's Eltham leading this one by 11, the scoreboard is showing here. On the stats it says 12. I'm sure that will be rectified one way or the other during the half. Some of the kids enjoying it at halftime. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching right around the world. Big viewers last week for game 1. Ringwood, of course, won that game by 28 points, 99 to 71. but they've got some work to do here. Looking for a three-peat as we just see a half-court shot get dropped by that young man out there. They got the crowd going. Try and emulate that. Looking for a three-peat, looking for their 5th championship in 7 years. And they're down by 11, the scoreboard is showing us at halftime. So some work to do in this second half. If it does go Eltham's way tonight, we go to game 3 tomorrow. Game 3 tomorrow if needed. And I can tell you that that game time tomorrow, if required, don't want to get ahead of myself, especially for the Eltham fans out there watching tonight. But game 3, if needed, tomorrow will be at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. at the Rings. And of course, we will be live streaming that for you. 2 p.m. Melbourne time tomorrow. So just over 4 minutes until the start of the third. Eltham lead it by 11. Just repeating, the first half dominated by 36 fouls, including 2 technicals. A swag of players in foul trouble. Believe it or not, we've only seen Sean Clark for 2 minutes 21 seconds in this game. Quite remarkable. As Eltham rejoin the floor here at the Rings. And we're just going to see what the Hawks are made of. They led by 8 at halftime last week, Ringwood. Led by 8. Eltham got it back to 3. And then the Hawks went on and won by 28. Totally dominated from that point. Tonight at halftime, they trail by 11. We are being told that the official margin is 11. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I'm a bit dumbfounded with the 36 fouls that have been called, but I think we need to all move past that. Hopefully Ringwood move past that. And look, that so often they do. They did look a little bit rattled going into halftime. Obviously, Ava's layup on the buzzer probably rubbed a bit of salt in the wounds, but hopefully they can move past that and we can see a great second half coming up.
Hey, standing right here in front of us, you can actually see it on the monitor here. This is Chris Cameron, who's got just years of experience, having an in-depth chat with Josh Sykes, just 22 years of age, and Sykes has been quite amazing in the first half, 14 points and 9 rebounds. Chris Cameron quite clearly there with Sykesy, just getting him back in the right frame of mind for this second half. That is true leadership.
Great veteran leadership there. And, you know, you look at both these teams and they do have those veteran leaders there. I mean, both teams not without their kids. It was basically a Ringwood Youth League team that played the last few minutes of that half.
Yep.
But, you know, successful teams generally have those veterans that can steady the ship, give you a bit of information and go from there. For those of you who are just joining us, unfortunately tonight we don't have Esky Cam. Matt Snow has not required Esky Cam, or an Esky tonight. He is moving a little bit better. He has hit a couple of shots. Obviously a little bit of frustrations. He's not warming up, but I don't think that's uncommon for him. But he'll be right to go for the second half.
He's over with the coaching staff, just imparting his wisdom with his 3 coaches, Ken Harrington, Willie Weimer and Damien Smith. There's the Hawks. They've got some work to do, the reigning champs, 2-time reigning champs, going for a three-peat tonight or tomorrow. Remarkably, they are aiming for their 5th championship in 7 years.
Quite a dynasty, and I'm sure it can continue regardless of how the next couple of games, if there is game 3 required roles.
Who's your tip from here, dare I ask?
Look, at 11-point game, with an 11-point game and a little bit of momentum going into halftime, Ringwood in foul trouble. I think it's hard not to see Eltham pulling this one out. I like the adjustments that Trevor's made, and I also like the way that Eltham are playing a lot more aggressively this week. They were sort of on the ropes, just taking it last week, whereas tonight they're out there on the attack.
If it goes the way of the Wildcats, can Ringwood's older bodies get up tomorrow? It's a question that's going to be asked overnight. No doubt.
Look, it is. And look, I was going to say before the commentary started here tonight, the adjustments that Trevor Lee has made between games in the past has been phenomenal. You look at him in that Hawthorn series and the down and out, made great adjustments. Back involved with the youth league teams at Diamond Valley. Made some huge adjustments in the grand final series in 2011 against Melbourne Tigers. So, you know, I'm sure tonight, regardless if they get this win, he'll be looking at tape all night.
Well, we had a chat with him before the game, and I thought he was joking when he said he'd put in 60 hours of work analysing tape during the week. Maybe he wasn't joking.
Well, he works for himself. He does do a little bit of work with the naughty boys, but if you ever want a plumber, don't call Trev, because there's a very good chance that he's scouting tape somewhere.
Rightio, here we go. Start of the second half. Game 2, grand final series for 2018 state champ men, and we are set for an absolute ripper of a finish to this one. Wildcats lead it by 11 at the half. Surprise, surprise. There's a foul called in the first 9 seconds. Foul number 37.
Oh, he took him 9. Right.
9 seconds. Against Matt Snow. That's his fourth foul, by the way. 4th foul. So Eltham will be gunning for as many fouls as they can get here. Called on Ringwood, that is. There's Canavan launches for 3, misses. Oh, Sykes picks it up. Loves this, Sykes. He finds a way off the glass and puts it down for 2. He's having a heck of a game. 16 and 9. Called for a delay of game there against Sykes. That won't faze him. He'll just get on with it. And we saw him just a moment ago in deep conversation with Chris Cameron. It's probably a good move by Cameron.
I like this full court pressure by Eltham here, just to unsettle them, but ball's back in Snow's hands, running their offense.
Biggest margin of the game, by the way, 13 points. Fennell gets it from Snow, and Gibson is fouled going up. He'll go to the line for a couple. Waldron with the foul, that's his 3rd. Now we're going to see, based on what we've witnessed so far in the first half, we're going to see some absolute decisions needed to be made by both coaches down the stretch here, because there's going to be a lot of players in foul trouble. Waldron's got 3. Snow has 4. Clark out there with 2. Fennell out there with 2. Gibson out there with 2. Stone out there with 2. Here's Waldron. Lead at 11. Canavan. Sykes. Undecided. Long 2. He's hit everything else tonight. Why not? He's got 18 in the game. We called it last week, Paul, that he really needed to stay on the floor. He's done that tonight so far. Fennell finds a way to the glass, somehow gets it back. Can't roll it in. Clark picks it up. Gibson 3.
Gibson's so good at that. You can defend the hell out of a play, and then the play breaks down, finds its way into his hands, and he just nails that. They're heartbreakers as an opposition coach.
Hit a big 3 to finish off the first half. Hits a big 3 early in the 3rd. Leads at 10. Sykes, loose ball, picked up by Stone.
Watch Gibson trailing here.
Gets to the glass and puts it in for 2. Good run here by the Hawks. Good run. 13-point deficit back to 8. Here they come. The reigning champs. Aiming for their 3rd title in a row. The time is now. 1 zip up in the series. Back to an 8-point margin. The green machine starting to warm up. Ava loses it. After it, loose ball. And the Hawks keep it in. They're coming back. Can they get it back to 6? Fennell, maybe to 5. Stone steps in. Travel called. You build it up. And we're deflated.
That would have been, if they made a score there, it would be interesting to see if Trevor was going to go for a timeout. It would have been a quick one, but this Ringwood crowd starting to get on the edge of their seat.
They're not out of it yet. Sykes picks it up off one dribble. Oh, into Waldron. That's a good pass. Gee, that's a good pass. Well played, Wildcats.
They had him open on that shuffle cut on the last possession, and Sykes missed it. So good to see him this time make that. Up to Ringwood now to make the adjustment.
There's the import, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for a couple. He's had a terrific start to this 3rd period as Jacob Gibson. Clearly, he's looking to take it up another level.
Picked up his 4th foul.
So Snow with 4, Waldron with 4.
Trevor Lee wasting no time, making the sub.
Mitch
Ben
Lee in.
Waldron out. Mitch Lee in.
Well, we did say not even a minute and a half ago that we're going to see some big decisions having to be made on the sidelines in this second half because there's a lot of players in foul trouble.
Yeah, and look, I mean, as long as it works, it's going to be a big call, but Matt Snow staying out there with 4. He's going to go the whole second half with 4 fouls. Be interesting to see if Eltham try and change their matchups here to see if they can get Snowball exploited.
Chris Cameron coming in.
He's going to Mitch Lee at the moment, who's a non-scorer. I think Eltham's got to look to go a bit quicker and athletic and make Snowball be accountable.
I think this is a really good decision by Trev Lee to bring Chris Cameron in. He's going to throw his weight around. He's going to put some pressure on the Hawks. And he's loaded with experience. Sykes in and down, in and down. 20 points in the game, Josh Sykes. And the lead is back out to 10. Gibson back the other way. Snow, Fennell for 3. No, can't put it away. Foul off the ball. Well, we did say Chris Cameron was going to come in and be a competitor, and he's done that. And the foul is on Sean Clark under the basket. The 2 big fellas going at it. Clark has his 3rd. He's barely played 5 minutes in this game, Paul. Barely been out there for 5 minutes.
He probably hasn't had the final series that he's been looking for. He's been hampered with foul trouble.
Hardly touched the ball. Lead at 10. Wildcats up. Ava on the wing. Shot clock down to 5, to 4, to 3, to 2. Lee, no. Hawks fans breathe a huge sigh of relief. Snow forces his way. Clark picks it up. Was there a travel? Yes, there was.
Unlucky there by Clark. A little bit of contact on that shot. Didn't get the call. Came back down with the ball.
There's the replay. Good call by the referee. The champs.
Eltham running a lot more of their shuffle offense this week. They ran a lot more of their reverse action last week. Probably because the ball was being denied, but that ball's getting through hands a lot faster here tonight.
Champs are being asked the biggest questions as Ava just misses Cameron. Great basket. What a putback by the veteran. 12-point margin. I'm sure Eltham High School is in raptures at the moment. Canavan with Gibson. Snow for 3. No. Rebound for Nell. Good. Fouled. I think it's on Mitch Lee now. Is that going to be 2? Is he going back up there? Was he about to bring it down? It is going to be 2.
I think if that's a foul, it has to be 2 shots.
Yep.
Just on that last play, Gibson started the half really well, being aggressive, but straight away the double team came off Snow's man. They do need to shoot that 3. He did, but Matt Fennell there to clean up the offensive glass.
Sammy Whelan coming in for Justin Ava. 5:35 left to play in the 3rd. Eltham by 12. Fennell. Just hasn't got going tonight, Matt Fennell.
It's pretty hard to get going when you're sitting in a plastic chair, Justin.
3 points before that. Yeah, no, you're right.
But Matt Fennell's a great accumulator. He doesn't get his points in a hurry. He just gradually accumulates them over time, and by the end of the game, he generally has quite a few points on the board.
Stone from deep. Big 3 for the Hawks. The champs continue to fight. It's back to 8. Scotty Stone. Big triple. How can the Wildcats respond? Cameron inside, puts one on the floor, puts it out. Canavan wide open. Look, misses.
Ringwood with the chance here to build a bit more momentum. Clark still open. They're going to go to Gibson in the post.
Usually very good there. Player. Usually very good. Misses that one. 8-point margin. Can they restore a double-digit lead? Sykes way from the basket at the moment. Turnover, no. Whelan keeps it in. Cameron right there. Was he fouled? No. Gets it off. Canavan underneath. Misses everything. Rebound. Fennell, they're away. You just sense the Hawks are going to start coming as Fennell gets all the way, but it's banged off the glass by Sykes.
Gibson trailed on the break. He wanted it. Gave us a few woos there, but Fennell was going all the way to the rim on that one.
It's moments in games, isn't it? That would have brought it back to 6. Oh, Sykes nearly gave it up. Whelan gets it back. Loves a three. Loves a three. Misses. Fennell with another rebound.
I watched Ringwood just settle down here because they haven't scored the last few times. They've got some stops.
Too easy.
There you go. Nice, easy basket, and it's back to a 6-point game.
Too easy. They're coming, the Hawks. The green machine is coming. They win tonight. They win the title. It'll be their 3rd in a row. Canavan, step back. Nice shot, misses. Comes up short, gets his own rebound. Whelan out to Cameron. Long look. Misses.
Eltham failing to capitalise in the half court. It'll be interesting to see.
Oh, now hang on. What's the call there? Clark or Cameron? Call a foul. Cameron was standing still. We'll get a replay on this. Let's just have a look.
I think they just ran into each other. I'd be happy with no
goal. Wow. So that's Clark's 4th. I don't think we've seen a replay yet, but I knew Cameron was just standing there. I certainly thought it would have been hard done by if it was him, but equally so. Sean Clark, timeout's been called by the Wildcats. Let's see if we can pull up a replay on that for you. Again, it's about moments. And there's a big moment in the game because the Wildcats are going to come back out with possession, and Sean Clark has 4 fouls in the game. Was that his 4th or 5th? His 4th, I think. It's a knife's edge, isn't it? Wildcats out by 6. They've been out by as much as 13 in this quarter. By as much as 13. 2 referees, Adrian Petrie and Gemma Terrell, deep in conversation. They've had plenty of work to do tonight. We've had something like 42 fouls called in this game, I think. Now, 42.
Just putting a little bit of time back on our clock here.
3:26 it is.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves.
It's moments, isn't it? I've said that a couple of times in the last few minutes.
Snowy just giving the thumbs up to the Eltham crowd who are starting to get on their feet.
I'm telling you now, they're not out of it, Ringwood. They are not out of this game. Don't count them out.
No, everything they've had to endure, and it's still a 6-point ball game. Unbelievable.
They love this stuff. Lee, foul off the ball. That's going to be on Scotty Stone. Pushing off the ball. That's their 4th team foul. So in the bonus again, the Wildcats.
Watch for Chris Cameron to pop out here for a 3. They've run this play fairly extensively here.
3rd on Stone.
No, he's going to stay inside this time.
Whelan up. Can't float it in. Hawks back. Fast break. Truman misses. Misses an open layup. It would have brought it back to 4. Can I say it again? It's moments.
Yeah.
Moments. We've seen 3 or 4 in the last few minutes. They make a big impact. Bonham. Cameron has 3 on him. Forces his way to the basket and misses. Bonham comes up with it. Whelan. Up fake. Off the floor and in for 2. It's an 8-point lead. Moments. It might be the word of the night. Here's Truman. Just missed a layup inside. Latham on Cameron. Misses. Sykes. Things are settling the way of the Wildcats right now. Couple of minutes to go in the 3rd. They lead by 8.
Ringwood to see if Ken Harrington pulls a quick time out here if Eltham score.
Ringwood had it back to 6. Had a chance to get it back to 4. Sykes. Long 2. That looks off. He's off. Stone comes up with it. Now, this is the time when you'd see someone like Scotty Stone do something special. He's done it a few times in this game. Nearly turned it over. Matt Snow settles his team down. Calls an offense. into Latham.
5
Faces
on the
up on
shot clock.
Cameron.
3 on the shot clock.
1-on-1, nowhere to go. Great defense. Cameron rolls out. Wildcats up with it. 1.5 to go in the third. They settle it back down again, the visitors. They must win tonight to keep this series alive. They lead by 8. Cameron gets it down low. Latham with him. 2 on the shot clock. Turnaround hook. In and out. It's bated breath at the moment. There's Snow. Stone. We asked for something special. It's knocked out of his hands.
By Wheel, and Stone nearly gave up a cheap one.
Wheeling back the other way. Stone thought he was fouled as well. He wasn't happy with the referee.
He's still staring him down.
Yeah.
Better be careful. He might get attacked the way this game's getting called.
43 fouls called in this game tonight. There's Bonham, long 2. Probably not the right shot to take. Inside the last 30 seconds of the third quarter. We are set for a big, big last term. There's Snow, off for Stone. We wanted something special. That'll be short. And really, the last couple of minutes, both teams have had their chances. Trevor Lee telling his team to go, get it up the floor. Let's put the pressure on them. 10 seconds to go. They'll get the last shot. There it is. Chris Cameron. Yes! That's a big, big basket for the Wildcats. Huge basket for the Wildcats going in to the last break. They lead by 11. And the veteran that is Chris Cameron has just come up with a monster shot to finish the third period. Can the Wildcats take it to 3?
It's looking like that way. You know, there was a period there where neither team looked like scoring at all. I think fatigue starting to settle in. Also the fact that the referees are chilled on their whistles a little bit more, so the game became a little bit more free-flowing.
There's only 7 fouls called that quarter. I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. We might actually get out of here before Sunday. But look, really good, big couple of plays by Eltham to finish the quarter off here.
Oh, they're a big chance, aren't they, to take it into 3. They've beaten the Hawks here during the regular season. They lead by 11. There's some of the highlights of the third quarter going on. That was a big basket. Sykes to Waldron. Sykes in this game, 20 points and 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. Waldron has 16, but he's got 4 fouls. Chris Cameron now has 10 points in the game. He's been fouled 7 times, Chris Cameron. That's not his fouls. He's been fouled 7 times. For the Hawks, Gibson has 14. Scotty Stone has 13. Foul trouble, which has been a regular conversation tonight. Clark has 4, Snow has 4 for Ringwood. For the Wildcats, Ben Waldron has 4. Sam Wheel, and that was a nice little basket too. Underway, last quarter.
And it only took him 3 seconds to get a foul that quarter.
It's the quickest of the game. Game 2 of the grand final series. I think you just got to wear that one if you're Bonham. Just move on.
Interestingly enough, Matt Snow played the whole third quarter with 4 fouls, and they've decided to sub him out now. I like the lineup that Ringwood have got on at the moment. They've got Latham back in the game. Gibson, who was resting when they couldn't get points on the board. Scotty Stone's having a rest. And Stephen Osborne, who was really good early, is back into the game as well. Gibson
hits the first basket. He's got 16 in the game. Back to 9. And the Hawks come again. They're not done with yet. Fennell draws the foul on Mitch Lee. I'm telling you, don't discount this team. They're a juggernaut.
Ringwood 60, Eltham 10-9. Shout out to Claire Blom, who's watching at home.
Who? Matt Fennell, only 6 points in the game so far tonight. He's had a wonderful final series, and you can tell just with the way that he went to the basket there. He's not going home yet. He's not going to die wondering tonight. He's going to give it everything in the final 10. got 3 fouls, 2 fouls in the game. So he can really get going here. Hits both.
Matt Fennell now up to 8 points and 8 rebounds. As I said before, he doesn't get his points in a hurry. He just accumulates over time. He'll have himself a nice double-double before this game's out.
Scored the opening 4 points of the last quarter. They've brought the margin back to 7. It's what they do, the Hawks.
Great D by Fennell too.
Doubled. Bonham. Out to Lee. This will be big. It's going to miss. Long. Sykes comes down with it. He's had a massive game and almost scoops it in.
Great defense by Latham that time.
Can the 22-year-old get the Wildcats home?
Broken play specialist.
In. No. Misses. Sykes with the rebound. Off to Bonham. Quickly back the other way. Is there a foul? Yeah, I think there was. Truman, that'll be his 4th or 5th, I reckon. I don't think there's any doubt about the foul. I'll take that back. It might only be his 3rd. Canavan comes in for Bonham. It is Truman's 3rd. Wildcats yet to score in this last quarter. Hawks have added 4. A basket for the visitors now would be nice. It would just settle them. You know the Hawks aren't going to stop. Ava finds his way to the glass, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Eltham Wildcats. Justin Ava comes up with the big left-hand drive.
Great recognition there. Turned the screen down, went back to his left hand. It took Truman to the line, and now Truman's picked up his 4th.
Ava, usually very good, is good. And he goes up to 10 points in this game. The lead is back out to 10. Is it beyond the Hawks? Here's Gibson. Something big needed, something special needed. Gibson out to Fennell, launches for 3! No, over the back. And now the Wildcats slow it down again. Clearly a set play here for the Wildcats.
I think that shuffle offense. Look for Sykes to go back door here. They've got that lob a couple of times.
Shot clock to 6. Ava long misses. Still had some time on the clock. Matt Fennell out to Truman. Doesn't launch. Goes to the corner for Osborne. Misses. Cameron with the rebound. They settle again, the Wildcats.
Osborne is angry with himself and misses that one. He's down the court, not happy.
Big Chris Cameron loves the right-hand hook and puts it in. That's his bread and butter, the big fella. Dinner time. That's his bread and butter. It's a 12-point margin. And if the Hawks can't do something very, very quickly, Latham draws Sykes off the floor.
Great
Good
little
response.
up and under there. Got Sykes in the air. Sykes likes to contest. Block shots. Stepped underneath him.
Trev Lee calling the plays from the sidelines. Don't forget the Hawks have only lost here once this season, and it was to the Wildcats. Canavan, short corner. Can't put it away. Osborne, oh, launches, goes early. Comes up short. And again, the Wildcats settle it down. They're in no rush. They're not chasing. The Hawks are chasing.
Great composure here by the Wildcats, running that reverse option here.
Ava, hesitation. Hit a big basket a moment ago. Canavan in now, off the glass, misses. Now can the Hawks make them pay? Back the other way. Truman, no. Oh, great work, Matt Fennell. Fantastic work, number 10, Green. Brings it back to 8. They're not done with yet, Paul. They're not done with yet. Ben Waldron about to come back in. He's got 4 fouls. Sykes.
There's 6 minutes to go. In an ordinary regular season game, you probably rest Ben Waldron. When you're playing the biggest game of the season, you need to have him out there.
Got to have him out there. There's that right hand hook again.
Latham did a great job using his body, getting underneath and forcing him away from that hook.
Couldn't put it away. That siren you can hear in the background is a foul. You may hear a siren in the background. I think that's an emergency exit that's been opened. Certainly nothing to do with the game. Waldron back in. And Trevor Lee calling a timeout for the Wildcats. And I reckon that's a good move. 5:59 left in this game. Even though the clock's counting down there. 5:59 left in the game. We'll get that fixed up. 74 plays 66. Wildcats searching for a win and searching to take it into Game 3 tomorrow. If they can do that, they're a big, big chance.
Just some stats updates here, Justin. Jacob Gibson, 16 points. Scotty Stone, 13 points. Matt Fennell is on 10 points and now 13 rebounds. And he's on the free throw line to shoot a couple more.
What's Sykesy got? Give me Sykesy.
We're down to Eltham now. Sykes has got 20 points and 17 shooting. Ben Waldron, 16. Justin Banger, 10.
What's Sykesy's rebounds?
Chris Cameron, 12 points. Rebounders,
20 and 13, Sykesy.
13 rebounds there by Josh Sykes. So much improved performance by him in Game 2.
And more importantly, how many fouls for Sykes? He's only got a couple. He's going to stay out there. He's going to stay in the game tonight, and that's what we want to see. In fact, he's only got one. This is exactly what we wanted. It's an 8-point margin. Matt Fennell, who's already been to the line this quarter and hit a couple, he's got a chance to bring it back to 6. Let's not forget, during that third, Ringwood got it back to 6 and had a chance to bring it back to 4 when Truman missed that open layup. It's back to 6 again. So the Hawks are coming.
Big possession here.
What can the Wildcats do? It's a full crew out at Eltham High School watching tonight on the big screen. They want their team to win. They want him to get it as Ava goes with a tough 3! That's as tough as it gets in a grand final. In a potential decider, that is as tough as it gets.
Ava up to 13. Matt Fennell going to the room again.
Clark has barely seen it and answers with his own 3. Has barely seen the basketball tonight, Sean Clark. He's on 4 fouls, and he has just come up with a monster basket. 2 big baskets, end-to-end stuff. Cameron, he'll want it back in. Again. He'll want that right hand. He gets it. It comes up short. Ben Waldron keeps it alive. What's the call? It's a Ringwood ball. 6-point margin.
Big possession there for Ringwood, but they've got to make him pay. 6 points is always that tough margin. You score once and it's back to within 4. You don't score and it's back out to 8.
Had 3 around him then. He goes out. Gibson gets the rebound off the Stone shot. Fennell settles it down, gives it to Snow. He'll definitely settle it down. Off to Stone, back out to Snow. Open 3. We're right behind it, in and out.
Jeez, that went down.
Oh, how was that?
I think every Ringwood supporter was on the edge of their seat as that shot left his hand. And
every viewer was on the edge of their seats. Amazing. We've seen a couple of big shots. Waldron gets inside.
Great defense collapsing there by Ringwood. They haven't been as good as that tonight. And
now there's a foul here. I reckon this is on Clark. I reckon this is on Clark. He's out. He's out of the game. This is on Sean Clark. It is. Green 24. Sean Clark is out of the game. He's out of the game. Chris Cameron, I reckon, has sucked him right in then for another foul. He's out of the game. Don't say anything, Sean. Don't say anything. Just walk it off. He's out of the game. Well, the experience of Chris Cameron, I saw that unfolding off the ball. He has just sucked him in then. That's a big, big blow for the Hawks.
Big blow, but the guy that brings in, comes back in, is no one other than Trevor Latham, who had a massive game 1.
Ava couldn't put away a big 3. Stone off the glass, hits it. It's back to 4. It's a 4-point margin. 4 points. 4:05 left in the game. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Eltham win tonight. It goes to Game 3, 2 o'clock tomorrow. Yes, Chris Cameron off the glass with his left.
By Chris Cameron. Latham's got to get him earlier and not get back under the rim, which is not an easy task when you're dealing with the size.
Now that's a charge every day of the week, Matt Fennell. Every day of the week. Sykes stood his ground. Well, Cameron has gone on that right-hand hook. Here's the replay on Fennell. No doubt about this. Sykes dead still. No doubt. Cameron's gone on that right-hand hook. Probably 3 or 4 of the last attempts he's had. That time he slipped back to his left.
Hand, yeah. I think if Latham can either get him early and not get sealed, or they've got to start sending some double teams to him, because it appears to me they're just going to go to Cameron on that block every single time.
Look at the Hawks crowd. They're on the edge of their seats.
The game commissioner working overtime here tonight.
Here's Canavan on Snow, forces his way in with an elbow.
By Snow.
Waldron
playing with
is
those
in
4 fouls.
and usually puts them away. He does. And there's a foul off the ball here. I reckon this might be Latham on Sykes. Points are good. In fact, he's called for the push. Is there a bonus or is it baseline? No, it is baseline, so points are good. It's foul trouble for Ringwood. So they will get free throws here. Sykes will go to the line for 2. There's a timeout called by Ringwood. It's a 7-point margin. So Waldron got to the basket, put it away, and the foul was actually off the ball. It was off the ball on Trevor Latham. And that's why when we return, Josh Sykes will go to the line for 2. Is this a match-winning lead? 3:35 left, Paul.
I don't want to say it is, but it's getting close.
They've responded every time, the Wildcats. They've responded every challenge.
Played with great composure, even when that lead got down to 4. Sometimes when that scoreboard pressure comes on you, you just fall away, or you just wait for it to overtake you. That time, they got it back out to 8 points.
Now look at this.
And now they've got the ball back.
We just missed that, but the Wildcats huddle, I reckon that time out, Chris Cameron has done about 45 seconds of the talking, and now Trev Lee's just finishing it off. Wildcats are pumped here.
Now, I think it's because it's a bonus. This is going to be 2 shots here.
It is. They're 8 points up, and I'm sure that you'll see Josh Sykes go to the line for 2 here. And as we've seen tonight, his free throw shooting's been terrific. He's 6 of 8 from the line. And he's just patting Matt Snow on the backside on the way out.
Just met him gave him a cheeky little comment on the way through.
Here's Sykes. Makes it. Hits this, it's back out to double-digit lead. It's incredible. What a game. What a game. Makes it. 10-point lead to the Wildcats, 3:35 to go. It seems barely seconds ago it was a 4-point margin.
Great
Gibson.
back door.
Yep.
They do that so well out of a timeout there. And almost a foul on Ben Waldron, which would have been his 5th.
8-point margin. Can I say this again? They're not done with yet. The champs are not done with yet. Just hang in there if you're a Hawks fan. They are going to give this everything they've got. If you're a Wildcats fan,
An argument or a discussion, if you like, philosophical discussion between the referee and the score bench there.
if you're a Wildcats fan, hold faith. They win tonight. It goes to game 3 tomorrow. What a way to end the season that'd be. Here's Canavan. Gets it up to Sykes. Was he held? No.
You know, I like that no call. Yeah, it was probably a foul, but let's let the players decide this one.
I agree. Let them decide. I agree. Absolutely. 3 minutes to go. Gibson, big three. Big three. No, misses. Sykes, rebound. He's had a monster game, Josh Sykes. Been the best player on the floor for mine, Sykes, tonight.
Definitely.
Waldron settles it
22
down.
points, 14 rebounds.
Best player on the floor, Josh Sykes. It's been terrific. Love it. Waldron for 3. Yes! The Wildcats want game 3 as Benny Waldron puts it away from the arc. It's an 11-point margin. No, can't make it. Gets his own rebound.
Knew it as soon as it left his hand and it missed.
Stepped out of court, though. Stepped out of court. 2.5 minutes to go. Wildcats by 11. I'll tell you what, they're going to want to put tickets on sale tonight because the Wildcats are going to want to snap up as many seats as they can tomorrow if they're back.
Waldron now up to 21 points. Only 9 shots.
Well, we said earlier on that Waldron and Sykes had to get going, and they've done that tonight. 43 between them. They slow it down. They've done that well in the second half. They've maintained composure, the Wildcats. Don't tell me. No, misses. Canavan gets it back. Yeah, they're going to use it. off the ball.
And they've called
foul.
it like Snow. I think he just dragged him to the ground. We might have to see a replay on that one.
And it is on Matt Snow. Here's the replay. All right, well, he stepped into him, and Cameron's gone through him. At Snow's fifth, he's out of the game. Well, you saw the replay there. What's your call on that, Paul?
I think it was definitely a foul on Snow, but that's a hard one to digest when you had that same play up the other end with Sean Clark.
Yeah, no, that's good call. Good call. So now Cameron
Gibson
will go to the
a few
line.
words to Cameron there.
I'll tell you one thing about Chris Cameron tonight. That's the 8th foul he's drawn in this game. Ninth. He's a very, very smart character. Can I say that? He's a very clever man, Chris Cameron. Very clever man. He's drawn some big fouls tonight in this game. Misses the first. Makes the second. It's back out to a 12-point margin. 2:06 to go. Surely it's beyond the reigning champs. Surely we're coming back for game 3. Stone for 3. Misses. Roberts. Rebound over Cameron. In and out. Cameron slaps it away. They'll slow it down again. What are you doing tomorrow afternoon, Paul Langford?
Well, I won't be spending time with my dad on Father's Day by the looks of things.
I think you're going to be hanging out with me. There's a foul against Latham. Well, I feel a little bit for Latham then because he did try to pull out. He'd already gone.
So I know. Latham's picked up a technical, but we've got an unsportsmanlike.
He just tried to pull out then, Trev. And look, it looked really bad, to be honest. If you look at the replay, it looked bad, but
I think Snow's been thrown out.
So, not turning out the way Ringwood wanted tonight. We'll just see if we can get that replay one more time. Just have a look at this. So, it didn't look good, but Latham did try to pull out. Here it is here. Oh! And it just looks bad in the end. Yeah. So, couple of shots for
obviously a frustration foul, but yeah, I think it needed to be called in. Not sure what happened at the end there with the bench.
Well, we're about to find out.
Matt Snow's out of the arena now.
We're about to find out what did transpire because it'll come down to how many shots we see here. Canavan's going to go for the first couple, and I reckon he'll stay at the line too, depending on how many tech fouls there are. I think he'll stay at the line. What did you say before? 90% from the line this season?
90%. I think I've said that twice during this
season.
And he's missed both of them.
How do you reckon the crowd is at Eltham High School right now?
I think it'd be going off. I think it'd be like the Fruit Bowl days, if anyone can remember those back in the late 90s.
Do you think anyone at Eltham High School right now will remember that they didn't see the first quarter tonight?
I don't think they'll care too much. I think that if they act quick, I think Greg Jeffers might have himself another little marketing campaign. He can do another thing, do it all again tomorrow.
He'll be selling tickets on the way out. Just the one tech, by the way.
And hopefully the good people at Sportcast can have their Adobe Reader upgraded by tomorrow.
We may not leave the live stream. We may stay with the live stream the whole night just to make sure that we're connected tomorrow. Here we go. 1:43 to go. Canavan just put 3 away from the line, by the way. It's a 15-point margin, so we're coming back for game 3. No doubt about that. Easy Ava underneath. Great pass, Sykes. Josh Sykes has been an absolute bloody ripper tonight. That's what we want to see from him.
Smiles, Justin Ava there.
Roberts for 2, makes it. 15-point margin. Just over a minute to go. Right, I'm glad we're coming back for game 3. Here's Sykes. He's done everything tonight. He's fouled. Well, there you go. Everything's rolled his way tonight, big Josh Sykes. The 22-year-old has been quite spectacular. I was fairly outspoken during the week, Paul, on Big VTV. I thought Sykes let himself down last week, and I thought he let his team down. He hasn't done that tonight.
No, hasn't done it at all. And that's a sign of a great player. He can step up and get it done in a big game.
Look at that, rolling in on that shot.
And
misses.
He knew he was coming out. Illy Bottom's in front of us. He's not happy.
17-point margin. Gibson for 3, fires away. No luck.
Interesting to see if there's some fouls going to be applied here. Benches are clearing.
2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're back at the rings for game 3. What an end to the season. Bradbury, second effort, third effort. Makes it. It'll go to a decider. The 2018 championship for state champ men. What a fitting way to finish the season, and Eltham continue to be the only team that has beaten Ringwood at the rings this season. Played here twice, beaten them twice. Three seconds on the shot clock. They'll have to put it up. Bradbury does, misses, and they bring it out. That'll be the ball game. That'll be it. The Eltham Wildcats have taken it to Game 3 in 2018 with a 96-77 win. Quite remarkable. They were terrific tonight, the Wildcats, right from the start. They were challenged a number of times and they answered in what was a very, very tough game for the players. Lots of fouls called in this one. And the Wildcats have prevailed. Eltham High School has absolutely gone berserk right now with the Wildcats fans. They'll be up and about. There's the Wildcats fans at the rings tonight. They're a happy bunch. And we're going to get a third game. Some of the highlights from the last quarter playing. There was that big charge. 6-point margin at that stage. And there was less than 4 minutes to play. So from that 6-point margin, they've gone on and won by 19 points. Let's have a look at the stats tonight, Paul. And it is a happy tale, the stat sheet for the Eltham Wildcats. Here we go.
Okay, let's start off with Eltham, the victors. Sykes, 24 points, 14 rebounds. Ben Waldron, only playing 24 minutes, had 21 points. 15 points to Justin Ava, 15 points to Chris Cameron. And then if we go up to the Ringwood Hawks, we've got 15 points from Scotty Stone. Jacob Gibson managed to get up to 18 there. Matt Fennell finished with 12. Everybody else in single figures.
Look, big things for me tonight, and I know we've banged on about it, but we had 55 fouls called in the game. 55 fouls. Quite remarkable. We had 54 free throws in tonight's game. We had three players fouled out. Mitch Lee was fouled out. Sean Clark played a total of 10 minutes and 29 seconds. And Matt Snow was also fouled out tonight. And another one, Trevor Latham was fouled out.
Just
so
15 minutes of play. 4
players fouled out, 3 from Ringwood. And that is it for Game 2. The Wildcats have prevailed 96-77. And we are headed to Game 3 tomorrow afternoon. That's coming your way live tomorrow afternoon. Join us at about 10 to 2. Paul Langford, you'll be back here with me. You better bring the kids, mate, for Father's Day. Bring them along.
Bring Magic and Larry, my 2 dogs.
Bring them along. Nice, I like it. Hey, hope you've enjoyed it wherever you've been watching right around the world. Certainly to all the crew out there at Eltham High School. You've been sending us messages all night. Hope you've enjoyed it. But hey, the job's not done yet. One thing we know from the champs is they're going to come out, and they're going to come out red hot and hard tomorrow. It's a long way from over for both of these teams. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 3 of the 2018 Big V State Champ Men's Grand Final is coming your way tomorrow afternoon. Can't wait to be back here with you, Justin Nelson and Paul Langford. Hope you've had a great night. Thanks to the Sportscast team. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.